Are you in the water?
My feet are.
Okay. And what do your feet look like? You can see them clearly.
Furry, maybe?
It's okay. What color is your fur?
Golden yellow.
Okay. And do you have toes?
Not human toes.
It's all right. What do they look like?
Like cat paws.
Okay. And what color are the claws?
It's like a dark color.
All right. And what do your legs look like?
I have some kind of pants on, but I could feel that my fur is pushing up against them.
Okay. And what about your hands? Tell me about them.
Feel like paws.
It's okay.
I can move them. Good dexterity.
Okay. Can you grip things?
Yes, I could still use full grip.
Okay. And how many fingers or paws do you have?
Like a human hand, just shorter, nubby thumb and fingers.
Okay. And are there claws on the end of those too?
They can come out if I need them.
Oh. Okay. And when would you need them?
To protect myself.
Okay. All right. Are you wearing anything on your hands?
Maybe like a wrist shield that goes into my hands.
Oh. And tell me about that. What does that look like? What's it made out of?
Some kind of strong material that's wrapped around my wrist. It protects my paws and I guess you could call it like knuckles, and then up to my forearms.
Okay. Is there any kind of ornamentation on this shield thing?
It's got like gold outlines, maybe a blue color on the protective parts, almost like jewelry, but a protective gear as well.
Okay. And do you feel like you've ever needed this thing to protect you?
Feels like I wear it to protect me and my family and my people that need protecting.
Okay. And what about your torso? Are you wearing anything on your chest?
Yeah, like a chest plate.
Okay.
I have a staff in my hand too, it feels like.
Well, tell me about that staff. What does that look like?
I don't know, it feels like it could be like a walking stick, but it's got some other powers.
Oh.
I don't know, like a jewel on the top of it that's enclosed.
And what kind of powers do you think this staff has?
Everything just seems to be some type of protection to fend off evil.
Okay. And this jewel, what color is it that's at the top of your staff?
It's like a white, clear, very pearlescent jewel.
Okay. Does it give off any kind of aura or light or anything like that?
Yeah, like a white, pearlescent white light.
Okay. So are you using that to be able to see, or are you just carrying it for the warding off evil thing?
I guess when I can like strike it in the ground, it can electrify.
Okay. So you said you were standing by the water. Look down in the water and tell me what your face looks like in the reflection.
See blue eyes, long like lion's mane hair.
Okay. What else?
Soft fur. I guess like and skin is like almost like a lion face.
Okay. So you have like a lion's face? I mean, the nose and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is there any designs in your fur? Or just one color? Or?
Seems to be like a blonde fur. No
Okay.
designs in it, just like a light brown and blonde.
Okay. And you said you had a lion's mane?
Mm-hmm. Like just long lion's hair.
Okay. And what color are your eyes?
Blue-green, more towards blue.
Okay. Are you wearing anything on your head?
No, just the hair's just flowing in the wind.
Okay. Look around. What else do you see around you?
See a bridge behind me to the right.
Okay. And what do you think that bridge goes to?
Maybe a village, or maybe where everybody else is at, and I stepped away.
Okay. Why do you think you stepped away?
I just needed to be by myself.
Okay. Did something happen, or you just wanted some alone time?
I think just alone time to think and just breathe.
Okay. Tell me about the bridge. What does it look like?
Golden mini arch bridge, kind of looks like it has one railing on the right side and crosses over into I don't know what it crosses over into.
Okay. So what do you think it's made out of?
Looks like gold.
Okay. And that's all there is just that gold color on this bridge?
Yeah. Has some nice architecture kind of design to it. It's not just flat.
Okay.
It's got nice railing and pillars with just very shimmering gold.
Okay. And what is this bridge spanning?
Looks like the water that I was just looking down at.
Okay. So it goes to like a little island over here that you're standing on?
Yeah, it looks like this little secluded spot where it's just where people go to get away and just breathe and be one.
Okay. And do you feel like you do this often?
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else about that scene that you'd like to describe?
It's very peaceful and calming. I like it.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's walk over the bridge back into your village. And now you're there. Tell me about the village.
There's little kids and they're like, I guess, little lions, and everybody's just kind of looks like lions. They're very happy, very pleasant, just running around the meadow. They're happy to see me and just waving and saying hi.
And as they're running around, are they on their hind feet or running on all fours, or what are they doing?
They're walking upright.
Okay. And what are they wearing?
Some kind of clothes and some kind of covers for, the regular, the areas that we cover as humans.
Okay. So the dress is kind of similar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you see anybody else that's wearing the armor and the wrist things that you are?
Yeah, it seems like all the men are wearing some type of that gear. The women are more in the just relaxed, either dress or clothing, and are not really having to protect or guard anything.
Okay. And the dress that the women are wearing, tell me about that just a little bit. What does that look like?
Looks like it's over one shoulder. It's just a white linen.
Okay.
Almost like Roman-esque.
Mm-hmm. Do they have any kind of jewelry or ornamentation that they're wearing?
Gold.
Okay.
Gold earrings.
And where are these earrings pierced at on their ears? Near the bottom, near the top?
Kind of near the top.
Okay.
Maybe a couple down close to where the ear and the head meet.
Okay. Does anybody have stones like you do on your staff?
I don't see any.
Okay. Do you feel like your staff is significant in any way?
Feels like it could call lightning when I strike the ground.
Okay. All right. And you don't see any of the other men with one of these?
No.
Okay. And the females, are their facial features like yours, or are they different in some way?
Yeah, they look more feminine, female, feminine felines.
Okay. Do they
Pretty
have
eyes?
Go ahead.
Very pretty eyes and just soft.
Okay. And do they have that big lion's mane like you saw on you?
No.
Okay. All right. Tell me about the houses that everyone's living in. What do they look like?
These ones in particular, at the one where I'm at, kind of look like wood. And then in the distance I can see a possible castle in the distance. Big gold erected pillars. But the ones up close after walking over the bridge were more wooden. Thicker wood, big wood.
And what do the roofs look like?
Some kind of sheet metal, but like shinier.
Okay. All right. And anything that, like windows or doors?
Everything seems to be kind of open on that house.
Okay.
There is a door with it's kind of a circle top that, or like I don't know, like a half circle top that was pushed open. It's cracked open. The windows seem to be open as well, just to let the air in, and the breeze is just kind of free flowing.
Okay. All right. Anything else about the buildings there that you'd like to describe?
No.
All right. Do you see anything that looks like it would be used for transportation?
Not that I can see.
Okay.
I don't know if my staff allows me to travel or not. I don't know.
Okay. And in between these houses, is there like any kind of roadway or walkway or whatever? What does that look like?
Just like a golden walkway that goes past the house, kind of like a yellow tint road. It could be dirt.
Okay.
Very low cut grass.
All right. And as you're looking at all of this, where is your house? Where do you live?
It doesn't seem to be like I live here. It doesn't feel like home.
Okay, that's all right. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and travel to wherever your home is. And we're going to be sitting where you eat a meal with whoever you eat a meal with. And now you're there at that location. Tell me about that.
Feels like I'm at the head of the table in the castle, or in a very, I don't know, big room.
Okay.
My wife is there on my left side. I'm at the head of the table. We're just sitting there, eating, talking.
Is there anyone else at the table?
It seems like there's a couple little kids running around the table.
Okay.
To the right.
But they're not eating?
No.
What are they doing as they're running around?
Just laughing and being kids.
Okay. All right. Well, what are you eating?
Fruit. An apple. I have a chalice of water. And just some fruit. Looks like there's berries and eating with my hands.
Does this seem like a typical meal for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some bread.
All right. Just like regular bread, or is there anything special about it?
No, just looks like regular bread.
Okay. All right. Are you eating on a plate or anything like that?
Yeah, gold plate.
Okay. Just plain gold, or is it ornamented or anything like that?
It's got, it's like one of those, it's got a lip on it. It's kind of very shallow bowl-looking plate, but everything's just kind of in the center, and just smiling back and forth with my wife as we're eating, and just sitting there enjoying each other's company.
Okay. Is there anything else on the table besides your plates and the chalice?
Looks like there's possibly like a bowl of fruit in the middle with grapes and more apples.
Okay. All right. Then tell me about your wife. What does she look like?
Golden fur, very nice. Cat-like eyes that are very dark and pretty. She's got a very pretty feline look to her. Just very elegant, soft looking.
Okay. What's she wearing?
She's wearing like a linen that's draped over her left shoulder and pinned.
Any kind of jewelry?
Yeah, she got like a turquoise necklace, like a turquoisey color.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone else in the room besides your wife and your children?
No, you just look out and you just see the vastness of the land in front of us. It almost looks like we're higher up and we're just looking out.
Okay. You're looking out your window?
Yeah, like a balcony almost.
Okay. And can you see that village that you were in earlier?
Yeah, it seems to be down on the left.
Okay. All right. And what else do you see? Anything you want to describe?
Looks like just some other buildings, and see the sun over on the right side, just shining.
Okay. And as you sit there surveying this, is there anything on your mind, anything you're thinking about right now?
Seems like just peace.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else about that scene you'd like to describe?
You just feel the peace and love. It just feels calm. Almost like everything is just working out like it's meant to be.
Okay. Well, let's leave that scene and move to wherever it is that you sleep at. And now you're in your sleeping quarters. Tell me about that.
It's almost like a elevated bed.
Tell me about that. What's the bed made out of?
Some gold pillars and white linen sheets. Gold headboard. I almost want to say it's like Romanesque looking that you see in different movies.
Okay. And is there anything on the walls in this bedroom?
There's some paintings that I can't make out, but it opens, the foot of the bed opens up to the outdoors, just the openness of the valley.
Is there any windows or anything in between that, or just wide open?
No, just wide open. There's like a balcony, but everything's just kind of open air.
Okay. And what is this room made out of? Stones or metal or wood or what?
Some type of metal. I don't know, there's few walls, there's mostly pillars. Everything's just kind of very open.
Okay. You said there were paintings on the wall. Let's move closer to one so that you can see it clearly. Tell me about this painting you're looking at.
It's like almost like an oil painting.
Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's what painting is that? No, it's like a picture.
Yeah. What's it a picture of?
It's like a picture of me, but I can't really see it too clear. It's like a portrait.
Okay. And what are you wearing in this portrait?
Almost something like a king would wear, like a robe of some sort.
All right. And the staff that you were holding earlier, is that in the picture too?
Yeah, it looks like it's in my right hand now in this picture.
And in this picture, are you wearing anything on your head?
Might be a crown, I can't tell. Looks like a thinner, possibly a thinner crown.
Okay. All right. Any kind of like stones or anything in this crown?
Looks like some kind of blue crystal type stone.
Okay. All right. Do you remember when you were having this painting made?
No.
Okay. And as you're walking around your house, what are you wearing now?
Wearing a robe. I like wearing my robe. It's comfortable.
Okay. Wear any kind of shoes or anything like that?
No, my feet are really soft, so I don't have to wear any kind of slippers or anything.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else about that scene you'd like to describe?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So let's leave that scene and drift and float to a time where something important to you in that lifetime is happening. We're drifting to a time where something important in that lifetime is happening. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
Almost seems like a battle.
Okay? Tell me about that.
You can feel the anxiousness.
Right? Can you see the soldiers?
We're in like a tent talking and planning the moves.
Okay. Tell me about that. How are you planning the moves?
I have some really great leaders that are going out to fight. They're getting everybody ready, telling them where to be in position and how to defend, how to protect our home and our families.
And what do you think you're protecting your home and your families from?
They just want to come in and destroy.
Who's they?
Almost like evil. They're evil, reptilian looking.
So you can see one?
No, but I remember what they look like.
Oh, did you catch one?
Somebody did.
Okay. And tell me about them. What were they wearing and what did they look like?
They're muscular, not really wearing anything. They look like lizards. You just feel a dark energy off of them. They just want to destroy and kill everything.
Okay. And are they indigenous to your planet or did they come from somewhere else?
I don't know. They got there on their ship and hopped off. I don't know if it was already there. I don't know.
Okay, so as your men are assembled, what are they wearing and what are they planning on fighting with?
It seems like it's swords. It's not any type of guns. It's just hand-to-hand combat or some type of swords.
Okay. And the men that were in the tent with you, talking to you, how were they dressed?
They had their shields on, their arm protection, leg protection. Seemed like they could put a helmet on if they wanted to, but they didn't really want to. Some of them didn't really find it necessary. They have their chest protectors on and they're ready.
Okay. And do these have different colors? Are they wearing different colors than everyone else to differentiate them or something?
No, I'm seeing just more like a metallic color. The reptilians don't really have anything but maybe some wrist protection, but they don't really need to differentiate from them. You can just tell the difference.
Okay. And when the reptilians fight, what are they going to fight with?
Seems to me they're bare hands. They're all about brute strength. They just want to smash.
Okay. All right. So you finish with your meeting and your men are sent out. Are you going to watch this battle from somewhere?
Seems like I want to wait here and get briefed after a couple things happen.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else about that scene you'd like to describe?
Seems like I'm heading out of the tent to see where everybody's, if they're on their way. And they seem ready.
Okay. So let's move forward just a touch. What happens next?
Seems like they took out some people on both sides. Like possibly one of my kids.
You sent one of your kids to fight this battle?
No, they got in to our village, our area. They were able to break in, break through. We're battling everywhere. We're just killing everybody. Women, children, soldiers.
Okay. What else?
It's almost like I'm a little afraid. Afraid what they're gonna do if we don't stop them.
Okay. And do you know how many of them there are?
No. But I know if we stand our ground, we could take them.
All right. And how many of you are there?
There's a lot. All the men. I could see there's some in my vicinity, a handful or maybe a dozen, but I know there's more off fighting.
Okay. Anything else about that scene that you'd like to describe?
No.
Okay. So let's move forward just a little bit to the battle is over, or if you're involved in a battle. And now we're there. Tell me about that.
Looks like I had to use my shields a few times from them coming at me.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I felt their power and trying to rip through. I was able to put my staff in the ground and the lightning like shocked through the area.
And what did it do to the enemy?
It looked like they're just laying there dead. Maybe paralyzed. I don't know.
Okay. So what happens next?
We seem to have won for now. But there's still that sense of loss.
Okay. And you said that these reptilians came on a ship?
Yeah.
What did the ship look like?
It was pretty big. It lowered down like a conveyor that they would hop off, almost like a deployment hatch. It was a pretty big ship that they were all coming off of.
Okay. Was it just one ship?
No, there was multiple.
Okay. And you say you feel like you've won for now. Did you see the ships leave or something?
No, but you just sense that it's not over.
Okay. All right. Well, as you look at one of these things on the ground, how big is it?
Pretty big, I'd say about 8 feet. Muscular. Just thick, but like not fat. Thick neck, almost like a bodybuilder. Big hands, really thick, big wrists. Big, not long feet, but like big ankles and wide feet.
Do they have a tail?
Yeah, not extremely long, but it touched the ground.
Okay. And what's their skin like?
Scaly, like a slimy, scaly.
Okay. And do they have claws like you do, or just hands?
They have hands with longer claws near the fingernails side of it, the end of it. that could be used for. They have big, thick fingers too.
Okay. And their face, what's that look like?
Like a lizard-looking face, not smushed, but not a elongated lizard face. But it's got a chin chiseled. They had sharp teeth.
Yeah.
There's nothing else on their head. Some of them had like almost maybe a necklace looking thing, but
Tell me about that.
almost looked like a snake around their neck, but I don't know, it was just, I really didn't even understand what it was.
Okay. And how many of the men that were in the tent with you came back?
I think it seemed like all of them came back. They were all victorious. Those soldiers, some of the lower rank guys didn't make it, but there's always casualty in war.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Okay. So, what do you and your men do next?
Kind of talk about next plan of action to check on the village and see how everybody's doing. And we know we won this time around, and so we'll be back. So we need to regroup.
Okay. And from the time where you were sitting in the castle to now, is this after that, where you were looking out your bedroom window?
This is after, yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else about that scene you'd like to describe?
No, it just seems like we're getting everybody that didn't make it together and gonna have the ceremony. And just be thankful that for those that made it and appreciate each other, and I guess just be with our families that night.
Okay. Tell me about this ceremony. What does that involve? What do you do?
It's at night. We just get all the bodies together and we burn them and give thanks. Say some prayers, and seems to be some incense and different things that are there to help just soothe everybody from what just happened.
Okay. All right. So let's leave that scene and move forward to another time where something important in that lifetime is happening. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
Seems like the humans know now. Seems like it's important for them to know.
What humans?
Just earthly humans. Humans on Earth.
Okay. Are you still the king in that other lifetime?
It seems like it.
Okay. How are you in contact with humans from Earth?
Seems like from a distance we're looking at some kind of orb that can look into the future. We're standing around it.
Who's standing around it?
Looks like there's different beings.
Okay. Tell me about some of them.
Some like gray looking ones. Some blue. Some very angelic looking beings as well. It just looks like they're all just looking at this thing and seeing that it's starting to connect.
Okay. And why do you think you're all there around this orb? How did you get there?
Seems like they're just communicating. They're almost like a council or a team that I don't know, that meets up, that discusses things. Almost like different nations that come together.
Okay. Okay. And this orb thing you're looking at, who brought that?
I don't know, it was just there.
All right. Well, what does it look like? Is it, I mean, it's obviously an orb, so it's round, but is it sitting on a pedestal? Is it, what?
It's inside, almost like floating inside this gold, I don't know, like a gold bracket is kind of holding it in place.
Okay. And how does it show you the Earth? Do you just like think about the Earth, or do you have to push a button, or what?
No, it's just like we just glanced at it and you can just kind of feel it.
And you're saying that the Earth knows about this now. What does the Earth know about?
Seems like humans are finally putting together that they're not the only ones. You don't have to look like a human to be alive.
Okay. And how did they find that out?
Very slowly. Through a bunch of deception.
Who's deceiving them?
This is dark, evil people, beings. The reptile-looking ones.
And are those reptile-looking ones here on Earth?
Yeah, they've been here for a while.
Okay. Are these the same ones that you were fighting?
Yeah, they came. We weren't fighting on Earth, they came to our planet when we fought them.
Okay. And did you make them leave your planet?
Yeah, after that battle they left, but I have a feeling they're gonna come back.
Okay. And then sometime after the battle, you found yourself here looking at the orb?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as you look at this orb and you see Earth, everyone says something about Earth, and how is Earth relevant to everyone that's standing around the orb?
It just seems like they all know that they could be their own rise or demise. They have the power to transcend or push a button and screw a lot of things up.
Who does?
The people on Earth.
What button would the people on Earth push that would screw everything up?
Seems one that could destroy.
So there's a button someone could push that would destroy what? The Earth?
Seems like it could be physical button or just psychological button to keep everybody trapped.
When you say trapped, how do you mean that?
Almost like they are being shown what they want them to see. Like a movie. Like it's being directed.
You mean the course of events on Earth?
Yes.
Okay. And why is Earth so significant to other planets? What's the relationship there that makes it so significant?
Seems that there's just so many combinations of beings on Earth that it's like the middle of something and also the culmination of a lot of things.
Okay. All right, so you and these other entities are looking at the orb and they're saying Earth finally gets it. Okay, what do you do next?
Slowly reveal ourselves
To who? Earth?
to the humans because they're scared.
Okay.
So you don't look like them. They judge. They just want everything as military and kill.
Okay. So, do you see that you are going to reveal yourselves to the humans?
It doesn't seem like it's time yet, but it seems like it's near.
Okay. All right. So, this discussion you're having, tell me more about it. You say that it's almost time to reveal yourselves. What else are you talking about?
I'm just trying to understand why there's so much separation and there's so much beauty and potential for love and togetherness. There seems to be superficial separation.
Okay. And what do you think is driving that?
Greed. lack of abundance and the greed for money and power. Control.
And you said that someone is controlling the narrative and making humans see what they want to see. Where's all of that coming from?
Seems like a small group. They seem to be able to manipulate. If you own everything, you can control everything.
Okay. And these are humans, other humans that are doing that?
They seem to be, but inside they're not.
What are they?
Seem to be pure evil, like the reptiles that came to destroy us.
Okay. Well, how do the humans not see through that and see the evil? How are they hiding themselves?
They're able to mask themselves, almost like wearing a costume.
Okay. But they're still in a human form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. But they're hiding what? Their consciousness?
Yeah, and physical form. They're also able to be inside and out of sight at the same time.
You mean like phase shift?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, humans can't do that, so these are obviously something other than that. Where'd these things come from?
Seems like they've been here. This was their planet.
Well, where'd the humans come from then?
We were made.
By who made us?
Seemed like somebody manipulated DNA and was able to birth us, kind of create your own evolution.
Why would they do that?
Seems like everything, to help and to harm. It seemed like there was some good behind it. There was some evil behind it. And this one seems like it happened to be that the good is too good. So the evil's trying to stop the too good.
Okay. All right. And all of this is coming from that orb that you're looking at?
From that and the talking amongst everybody.
Okay. And what is your decision? Have you arrived at a course of action? Besides revealing yourself slowly, that we've already established.
There seems to be this free will that's hanging over, that there has to be a certain amount of asking, which I don't understand why.
Okay.
Well, I don't understand why there has to be so much asking when it's so clear that help needs to be given.
Okay. And how much asking does there need to be before you can step in?
I don't know. I hope not before it's too late.
That goes back to that pushing that button thing that destroys the planet?
Yeah, or just causing more pain.
Okay.
There just seems to be constant lower elevation and lower vibration, more people seem to be waking up, but it seems the more wake up, the more pushback.
From the negative side?
Correct.
Okay. All right. But there's a law of diminishing returns. At some point, the asking will outweigh the negative, and right.
That's when everything will be set free.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else about the scene where you're looking at the orb that you'd like to describe?
Just seems like everybody's kind of looking at it and filtering it in through their brains and or their minds. There's a lot of intellectual beings, so sometimes when you're too intellectual, it's too logical in your thinking, and there's too little emotion. But they all know that the emotion, and they need Earth to succeed.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. So let's move forward again to a time where something important in that lifetime is happening for you. Now you're there. Tell me about that.
It just seems beautiful.
What does?
Everybody's just finally happy. Happy and just no worries.
And are you still the lion?
Now it feels like I'm back on Earth.
Okay. Are you in a body?
Yeah, I think it's my body actually.
Okay. And how old do you feel you are?
I don't know, age is just a number.
I'm just trying to narrow it down.
Yeah, I know. Everybody does with the age.
Yes,
I
we
don't
do.
know. I just feel light. I'm probably 70 or 80, but feel like 50, 45. I just feel good.
Okay. So you feel like the earth has shifted?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And how long do you think you've been like this?
I don't know. My kids are grown up. Me and my wife, and we're there. We're just sitting in the grass and just smiling.
Okay. And is there anything at all that you happen to be worried about as you're sitting there in the grass?
I don't know. I mean, I guess there's always worry of everything, just life. But in that moment, we're just happy.
So tell me what makes it so different from now. What feels so different about where you are?
Seems like there's nothing really hidden. Financially, economically, we're able to build and come together and just transcend this nonsense of monetary swap of paper nothing, and we can actually put our resources together and do amazing things as humans.
Okay. And as you survey all of this, what amazing things have we done as humans since then?
We just got back to the simple life of being with Earth and farming. That's just where I'm at, but we can travel, planetary, interplanetary travel. Everybody has clean water and food and good food. We're not fighting over nonsense.
Okay. So, war, is that a thing of the past? No one talks about that anymore?
No. There's always a couple evil people that are trying to bring stuff down, but you just show them love and you can rebalance them.
Okay. And do you feel like there was any kind of Earth thing that happened that changed things a little bit somehow?
I don't know. It might have been close. Might have been really, really close to something, but it seemed like we skated by and we figured it out at the last second.
Okay. All right. Good. You chose to bring forward the lifetime of him as a lion king. Why did you pick that life for him?
It seemed that he needed to know that he was powerful. He doesn't have to be scared.
Okay. And that lifetime, what planet did that occur on?
Let's say Lyra.
Okay. And was that before or after this lifetime he's having here on Earth?
Before.
Okay. There was a scene where they were doing battle with reptilians. Where did those reptilians come from?
Earth and Draco.
Okay. So there are reptilians currently on Earth that are traveling to other planets to fight?
Yes.
Okay. And where do these reptilians live on Earth?
Inside Earth.
Okay. All right. And how many of them are there?
Quite a few.
Okay. All right. And after the battles, did they make the reptilians leave Lyra?
Yes.
All right. Later in that life, you showed him a scene where he was looking at an orb with some other entities. Tell me about that just a little bit. Where was he when that occurred?
He seemed to be on a ship, and they were congregating in a center of a meeting hall, a meeting room.
Okay. And did this group meet often?
When necessary, when needed.
Okay. And what other planetary factions were being represented by this group?
It looked like there were some Palladians, some Greys, Mantis. Syrians. And there's just a couple different types of Greys, short and tall.
Okay. And the conversation was that Earth is finally getting it. What was that in relation to? It was, when were we awakening and what were we awakening to?
They're awakening that they're not the only ones here, that the universe is vast and not the only planet that can have life. Just because it's not our life that breathes oxygen and all that doesn't mean there is another life out there. So we're finally becoming aware of just different travels that can happen, interplanetary quantum travels, and not just your basic human stuff.
Okay. And is there a year associated with the planet as they were looking at it when this was all occurring?
No, it wasn't a specific year.
Okay. All right. And he said that they seemed like some sort of council. Did they give themselves a name? What was their name?
They just said that it was some kind of Galactic Federation. It was pretty basic.
Okay. All right. In his lifetime as a lion, he didn't see any real technology. Did the planet have technology?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how come he didn't see any of it?
He must just not have been really looking or needing it at that time. His staff had some pretty good technology in it. But, I mean, it didn't seem like he went into battle himself at that particular time, but his armor and stuff he was wearing, where there was technology inside of it.
What would it do?
It seemed like it would give off some type of force field, a protective field. It also kind of can set out some propulsion, some frequency-based energy.
Okay. Is that how he moved around on the planet?
Yeah, he was able to use his staff as well. That was able to kind of teleport him and transport him to different parts.
Okay. And in this lifetime, he said the reptilians didn't have any technology, but they had clearly come there on a ship. What technology were they carrying?
They didn't have any on them. Maybe their wrist bracelets might have had some kind of technology, but theirs was all inside of their ship. They didn't have to bring any of it out. Their brains are very strong, telepathic. But other than their brute strength and some of that, they didn't need to bring anything out there with them. They wanted to just show their force.
Okay. And what was their reason for invading Lyra?
Control. They want to take out everything that wants to bring humans to the light. They want to make sure that does not happen.
And why do they want to do that?
So they can keep control of us humans. Make sure that they don't let them ascend to where their path is supposed to take them. They don't want them to be able to come together as one and actually learn their powers. If they learn their powers, it would be too great for them to even think about taking control back.
Okay. And from your perspective, do you think they'll be successful in holding them back?
The humans will win.
Okay. You said that these reptilians are living inside the Earth?
Yeah, they dig deep underground. They're hidden. They stay away.
All right. And were they here before us, or?
They were here with the dinosaurs.
Okay. And did they have technology back then?
Very little. They had some, not too much. They were able to use their powers to keep themselves alive after what happened to the dinosaurs.
Okay.
They had technology off planet and on their other planet, Draco.
Okay. And what did happen to the dinosaurs?
They were all wiped out. Meteors.
Okay. And where did these meteors come from?
Seemed like they accidentally came into orbit and wiped everything out. Just kept coming and coming and coming.
Okay.